Well, welcome back. So we have our next load. We are going over to Polar Beverages in Auburn, Massachusetts, which we've been to recently. And we are picking up a load, this time not going to Anheuser-Busch. Well, I don't know if it's going to Anheuser-Busch or not. I don't think it is. But it is going all the way down south to Jacksonville, Florida. So I will take that load and I will be happy with it because that is miles. That's a lot of miles. That's 1,120 miles plus 42 miles of deadhead. So I'll take that all day long. Let's get rolling. Just had a death wish. Bet you anything he was on his phone. Going to door 11, which is straight in front of us as soon as this guy gets out of our way. And I'm going to be a nice guy and let this truck off to our right get through here first. I'm fixing to take up a whole lot of space for a moment. because we still got to swing our doors and slide the tandems. Alrighty, folks, we are docked and checked in and ready to get loaded and then get on out of here. I'm going to start trip planning the rest of the trip out, see where we go to tonight. I am going to try to just run out the clock tonight as much as possible and run as hard as I can tomorrow, and then take a reset on Sunday. That's kind of what I've got in my head for the plan. Let's move you guys back in here. So that's what I'm kind of thinking of for the plan. And if it works out, then we should be able to, I mean, I don't need a reset yet. I mean, I literally just reset a couple of days ago. I guess at this point about 3 or 4 days ago, but you know, who's counting? I don't need a reset yet, but it will allow me to reset on a Sunday and start off Monday with a fresh clock in the south, and hopefully my dispatcher is able to get us loads going somewhere halfway decent with a full clock on Monday. Let's just cross our fingers. But this should finish up with a fairly decent week, because we did what, 800 miles or so, or maybe yeah, it was like 800 miles. No, more. It was like 900 miles, because it was 100 miles to the pickup. Coming out off of our last reset, we had just previously driven all the way to Jacksonville from this area. I'll have to take a look at my settlement statements. I'm not 100% sure where all these loads are falling on it, but with any luck, we'll get a good week finally. Last week was not great, followed by a really not great week prior to that, because it was a partial week, preceded by 2 weeks of no checks because the truck was broken down. So last week's check was, like I said, not great, but it was at least not terrible. It was a couple $100 shy of where I'd like it to be, essentially about $300 shy of where I'd like it to be. I don't know what that was, but that was noisy. Oh, they're doing something with the guy next door. But anyways, so yeah, we were off my target by about $300 last week, and if with any luck at all, this week will be better. I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping to God. But okay, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna start working on the trip plan, and see you soon. Well, I apologize, folks. I did not realize until I had a chance to look back at it that my remote mics had the batteries had died, so those last two clips unfortunately didn't get good sound, but should have sound off of the dash cam, so you'll get some sound but not the best sound. We are loaded. Looks like we're about 43,000 pounds. I have chosen a route for us that takes us down I-81, then to I-77, down through Columbia, then onto I-26 over to 95, thus bypassing New York City, Washington DC, and all the places that I absolutely hate. So I've got a couple of possible locations for us dialed in for the night. We're going to see how the clock goes. We're going to be running split just because I can, and it'll get us further along, because I really want to push this load and run as much as I possibly can to get to, so that we have the opportunity to reset on Sunday. So we currently have on our clock, we are only on our standard clock, we've only got 2.5 hours left, but on our split clock we've got just shy of 5 hours. So I'm going to hopefully get us about 200 to 200 and probably somewhere between 200 and 225 miles away. I've got multiple possible stops programmed in. If we get to one and we still got plenty of time, I'll just skip it and go to the next. Looks like we'll probably be staying in a rest area. If we can make it all the way, there's an Ovno that looks like a possible good destination, but either one's good for tonight. So let's roll. Good morning, people. Well, I'm feeling much better this morning. Found a pilot somewhere. I'm on I-84 still, headed west over to I-81, and I'm not 100% sure where I'm at. I'm pretty sure I'm still in New York, because, you know, they don't do bags up here, or plastic bags. So I got the paper bag, which is busted, so I gotta be careful here. But got a shower, got a good night's sleep, and it's a little after 6 o'clock, so we're not getting out of here too late. Let this guy get past us. What was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. Anyways, we are about to hit the road. Gotta get pre-trip still and get settled and get started, but as soon as we hit the road, this is just going to be a long day of driving. I don't plan on making very many stops. I just want to get as many miles between me and this lake in New York and up northeast as I possibly can. That's not really why. It's not because it's the northeast. It's just because I'm trying to max out the miles so that I can take a let's just hang out here for a second, so that I can take a 34-hour reset tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. Looking at the miles, it may not be doable to also make an on-time delivery, so I may just have to run run a couple hundred miles tomorrow as well, and then deliver Monday morning, and just continue running that way. I mean, I've got the hours to do it. It's not an issue. I can go, if I can do the split, I will do this, or not the split. If I can do a reset, I will. But I'm not sure if I can. I can run recaps next week if I have to, or we can take a reset sometime during the week if need be. I don't want to talk too loud because I'm standing right next to this guy's truck and he's probably still asleep. Here, let's go back here to the back. But anyways, yeah, if possible, I'm gonna do a reset tomorrow. But if we don't make it far enough today, and we can't put enough miles on today, and basically it'll really kind of boil down to if I run out of time and there's just, and it's just too tight and I won't be able to make it to the delivery on time because I'm going to have 300 or 400 miles to run Monday morning, then I won't do that. I'll just run those miles tomorrow and deliver Monday and just not have a clock reset. So that's the worst that can possibly happen. The best that can possibly happen is that we get the reset in. So a lot of y'all have commented on my recent video about being sick of running in the Northeast. Why don't I quit? I should quit, and I absolutely will quit. It's just not the right moment. I have plans for vacation starting in June. I intend to, my daughter invited me to go with her to Alaska. I've never been to Alaska. I've always wanted to go to Alaska. It's on my bucket list, so I'm going to cross that off of my bucket list come June, and hand in my keys to this company just before that. So after vacation, or after going to Alaska, I actually had originally planned on going to Panama for a couple of months, to go down and check on my business down there. I've mentioned it before, but a lot of you that are newer to the channel probably don't realize I actually lived in Panama for 20 years before coming back up here in 2019 and getting into trucking. So I've still got a lot of friends and people that I consider family that are down there. They can't come visit me here because it's such a pain in the ass to get a tourist visa to come to the U.S. if you're from Latin America. It's actually easier to come and cross the border illegally and ask for asylum and then live here than it is to just get a tourist visa to come here for a couple of weeks. Don't ask me why. Politicians. But so most of my friends do not want to uproot their lives and come to the U.S. and live here. I don't blame them. But that means that they can't really come and visit me. So a couple of times a year, I like to take off and go down there and spend some time with them. I was planning on maybe as many as 3 months down there, but I may cut that short simply because I'm not making really enough money right now to both support that goal and the goal of buying a truck and running that truck and then hiring drivers, etc., etc. So I've got two kind of conflicting goals, and unfortunately the vacation one may have to be adjusted. I'm still gonna go. That's absolute decision. I'm going. I just might not go for the full 3 months that I was originally planning on going. Because life, business, you gotta make money so that you can take time off and spend money. So yeah, I don't know that the 3 months is realistic at this point. But anyways, my vacation plans start in June. I can tough it out at this company. I mean, I've worked for this company before. I worked and we ran different kinds of loads back then. It was more coast to coast. What they would do is that they would go out and they would pick up 2 or 3 partial loads in the Atlanta area, and they would fill up a trailer with it, and then that trailer would be sitting on the yard. I would go pick it up and run all the way off to Phoenix or California or something over there, and I would just make lots of miles, and I made good money doing that. Since I have been back, and I left the company because I want to pursue, getting my own truck. And so I tried Super Ego for a little while. That was a huge mistake. And then I went to Rail and figured out that although they're a good company, and I liked working with them, unfortunately their lease purchase program is not very well aligned with what I want to be doing long term. So I didn't want to sit in a rail truck for the next 5 years. So I got out of there. And came back here because it was easy. Their yard was 5 minutes from my house. Their pay is competitive, and it used to be very good because I was getting a lot of miles. This time out, I'm not getting the miles, and the equipment has gone downhill as well, and so it's just not the same company that it was when I worked for them before. So I'm not going to be coming back to them again. I will find something else to do next time. But after vacation, my intention is to either lease a truck from maybe Lone Mountain or maybe MHC if I've got enough of a down payment saved up, which I don't think I will because I'm not making enough money. Or to lease on to a company like Prime. Let me go back. If I lease a truck from Lone Mountain or MHC or someone like that, I will try and get onto Landstar. Or maybe a company kind of like Landstar. I don't know how many companies there are kind of like Landstar. They're kind of the big ones. I want somebody that has lots of freight and has lots of options. I don't know 100% whether I want to go the percentage of load route or the paid per mile route. Being paid per mile in this freight market, if it's a good rate, is a good deal. It saves you from having to, as long as it's with a company that has lots of miles. If it's a company that keeps you sitting or puts you in the Northeast where you're not making any mileage, that's a different story. But if it's percentage of load, I may wind up in the Northeast anyways, because obviously there's money to be made up here, or my company wouldn't have me up here. So yeah, I haven't 100% nailed down what I want to do post-vacation. But that's the reason I haven't left this company yet. It's simply because I have vacation plans, and it's not worth all the effort and time lost and potential money lost, because anywhere I'm going to go, I'm only going for 2 months, less than 2 months at this point, and you've got to go through orientation, whatever, and it may take a little while to get up and running and get into a good lane, and then I'm just going to leave. So it's not a good time to jump ship. It's really just not a good time to swap companies. Once I'm done with my vacation and I come back and I can start off fresh, the options are endless. So that's why I haven't left, to answer all of your questions. A lot of you have asked that question, and so I hope this answers that question for you. I've answered in the comments, but I just wanted to put this out there. So let's get rolling, shall we? All right. Hey, I just wanted to give everybody a quick update. I just looked at my channel numbers, and last night when I took a look, we were sitting about 245 subscribers. This morning we have smashed through 250 and are already at 261. I don't know how that happened, but thank you for all the new subscribers. Yeah. Speechless. All right, let's drive.
US 11 South, Harrisonburg.
It's time for lunch.
Now keep right to take exit 243. After 1,200 feet, keep left towards Staunton and then turn left.
onto US 11 South, South
hush,
Main
Google.
Street.
Now keep left and then turn left onto the US 11 South. Now turn left. After 700 feet, turn right and then you will reach your waypoint.
That's the place. Big old sign says diner.
Now turn right and then you will reach your waypoint.
I had a jonesing for a diner food, and this place has that. And a very big truck stop to go along with it. I'm not sure if I've ever been. Actually, I have been here. Yes, I've been here before. I spent the night here once or twice. But it was dark last time I rolled in here. We'll score ourselves front row parking. I don't remember the last time I was here, but it was a while ago. I think it was when I was at Super Ego. Alright. So, I've been looking at progress on our trip as far as whether or not we're going to do a 34 a reset tomorrow, and it's not looking like it. We've still got 417 miles till our fuel stop, and on top of that it's like 100 and something. It was 250 miles past the fuel stop to get to our delivery. So we've still got 670 miles left to drive. And it's a 7 a.m. delivery. So we're going to drive all day tomorrow too. I'm probably going to try and get us down to... We've still got... let me set myself off duty. We've still got 4 hours left on 4.5 hours left on today's clock, so I'm going to find some place for us to stop tonight in 100 or 200 miles from here, and I'll do that while I'm eating. But so we are going to be driving tomorrow. We are not going to be doing a reset. I am going to see if there's time to get the truck washed, since it won't be Easter tomorrow. It'll be Sunday and not Easter. And maybe stop at a Walmart and get some supplies. But right now I'm going to go inside and eat. So see y'all in a little bit. So lunch is at. Had a burger. Oops, I forgot to put my watch back on. I was going to do that, but oh well. And had time to figure out where we're going to stop for the night. I think we are going to stop at the Pilot in Wytheville, Virginia. It's about 160 some odd miles further south. That would be put us pretty well within the 500 miles or so to our final destination that we'll drive to tomorrow. I think tomorrow night we'll wind up staying at the that same Pilot in St. Mary's, Georgia, that we stayed at last time. It's just a mile north of the Florida line. It just seems like a good place to park.
There's a downhill ahead. After 500 feet, keep right onto the Interstate 81 South. Now keep right.
So yeah. Let's get back on the interstate.
After 500 feet, keep right to join the Interstate 81 South towards Roanoke. Now keep right to join the highway.
It wasn't a bad diner or a bad burger. Service was,
After a quarter of a mile, join the highway.
I mean, maybe a little bit slow. I was in and out. I was only in there for an hour all total. That included using the facilities and the meals. So I can't fault them for being particularly slow. It felt a little slower than I guess it really was. It took them
Now join the highway.
a little while to bring me the menu. Food came out at a pretty reasonable pace.
Follow the highway.
The quality of the food was just kind of average. I mean, it wasn't. I got a burger. I just was jonesing for a burger for some reason. I'm not a burger person. Usually, but every once in a while I do indulge, and I did, and it was okay. But I won't have that urge again for a while, and that's probably a good thing. Alright, so we are, look at the GPS, 165 miles from our stop tonight. 2 hours and a half. And we've still got 4.5 hours on the clock. I could go further, but I didn't see anything much further than that looked like a really good place to stop. I was looking kind of in the 150 to 200 mile range. And of all the places that looked like, and I was particularly looking at Love's and Pilot Flying J so I could get a free shower tonight. And that looked like the best one, the best choice. So that's where we're going. See you when we get there. Well, I dialed in Wytheville. I don't know why this place didn't show up on my search earlier. But we're stopping just a couple of miles short of Wytheville and Hillsville. We'll see how it is. I don't know if I've ever actually been to this one. Heavy truck going up this hill.
After 1,100 feet, turn left and then you will reach your waypoint.
Alrighty. Where's the entrance? Truck entrance up ahead.
Now turn left and then you will reach your waypoint.
There's a massive pothole right there on the left.
You have reached your waypoint. It's on your left. After 1,100 feet, turn left to join the Interstate 77 North.
Alrighty. Don't need fuel, but we can take a shortcut through the fuel aisle. I think I've ever actually been in here. I've been to the one in Whitefield a bunch of times for fuel. We've got 300 some odd spots. I bet you that's reserved. It's gotta be, yeah. That would explain why there's no trucks in there. Those are all reserved spots. Reserved, reserved, reserved. That's a huge reserved section. Jeez. Ooh, maybe we can get a blue beacon in the morning. Go ahead and get parked and maybe we'll go over there before we leave out tomorrow morning. I can probably just creep over before we start the clock. Tomorrow, now that we've decided to run. That's it for tonight. See you in the morning. Well, we finally got the truck washed on a beautiful day, so it may actually stay clean for a little while. It was really needing it. It was filthy. It was almost embarrassing to be seen in it. I really wish this company did a better job of taking care of the trucks and even just keeping it clean. But in the two or so years that I've been with this company off and on, this is the first time they've ever asked me to clean one of the trucks, to wash one of the trucks. If it was really super filthy, I probably would request a wash, but as tight as the boss is when it comes to money on things even as simple as getting tires repaired or replaced, or maintenance or repair, whatever kind of repairs the truck and trailer needs, I don't think he would have approved it. I have a feeling that the only reason that it got washed is because it's now springtime and we're through winter, and he's just trying to get all that wintertime grime. I doubt it got washed once throughout the winter. And it's just it just needed it. So maybe these trucks get washed once a year. I don't know. Maybe I've just been not with the company when the trucks when the trucks were due for washing. But it's not a frequent occurrence. Anyways, we're headed southbound. We are on I-77 now, I think. And I hope, because if we're not, we're going the wrong direction. But our next stop is fuel in South Carolina, St. Matthews, South Carolina, which is right down near Columbia. Then we'll pick up I-26, and okay, we definitely are on I-77. Then we'll pick up I-26 down south of Columbia and take that over to 95, and 95 the rest of the way down to, I'm going to stay tonight in St. Mary's, Georgia, where we stayed last time we came down that direction, just last week. So that'll put us within a couple of miles of our delivery in Jacksonville tomorrow morning. Now we have a 7 a.m. delivery, and I slept in today because I'm having trouble with my alarm clock again. It either did not go off, or I shut it off and have absolutely no recollection of doing so. And that's not a normal thing for me. I will occasionally shut it off, but I will almost never not remember shutting it off. So I don't know if the alarm is going off, or if I'm shut at all. Maybe the alarm's just not going off, and I'm not, but I'm 100% sure I set it last night. So I've got to figure that situation out, and I might need to get myself an additional alarm clock that's not my phone, because this is becoming a recurring thing, and it's not a good thing. So we're rolling now. I think we are still okay for on-time delivery despite me oversleeping. It is now 9 o'clock. We've only got about 8 hours of driving to do today. So we should be shut down in plenty of time to get a 10-hour break, and then still be able to get up and get going early enough to make the 7 a.m. delivery. We have arrived at the Pilot, I think it's a Pilot, in St. Matthews, South Carolina. About halfway to where we're going this evening. It is 1 o'clock. We've made excellent time getting down here. Haven't run into any traffic, any snags, nothing like that. And I'm going to park here and go inside. Oops. I dropped trailers. They always fool you. Here I was thinking I was going to get a spot right here at the front. Now I got to swing it around and kind of go back a little bit. But no biggie. There's plenty of parking in here. for it's a small pilot. But I'm going to take my 30 here, go inside to the Arby's, get some lunch. Then I'll come back out, we'll fuel up and get back on the road. Hey y'all. So it's been pointed out to me that I might complain a little bit too much. And yeah, that's probably a little bit true. I started this channel with the idea of showing the good, the bad, and the ugly of trucking. And I think I'm doing that. I really do think I'm doing that. The problem is that we're just going through a kind of a rough patch right now. The industry as a whole it's really a bad year. And we're all struggling. And sometimes we're having to make sacrifices that we don't want to have to make. And we are out here working our butts off and sometimes not making enough money to make it worth it. You know, I really do love being out here on the road. I really love driving. I love days like today. I mean, look at how gorgeous a day it is today. And I really do like being out on the road. I wouldn't do this if I didn't like it, if I didn't enjoy it. And I try and show as much of that as I can. But there are stretches that are absolutely trying. There are times where I am stretched too thin and get to the point where I can't help but complain. And my hope is when I complain is that it falls on the ears of people that are sympathetic and that can comment and leave comments of support. And for the most part, I've gotten that out of this channel. I have really been pleased. You know, the internet's a toxic place. It's very toxic. And a lot of channels, the comments are very negative. Lots of trolls out there. And I haven't really experienced that too much with this channel. I've had a couple of people that have, that I've had to mute just because they were obvious trolls or just flat out racists. I don't tolerate racism. It's going to go on mute immediately if I see racist comments, but and any kind of hate or bigotry, really. But for the most part, that's been extremely rare that I've had to do that. And for the most part, y'all have been extremely supportive. So I want to thank you for that. But yeah, I kind of complain a little bit, and it's because this is my outlet for that. I am an optimistic person. Generally, I have a tendency to just kind of grin and bear it and just take it and internalize it. And this channel gives me an outlet that I can put that on the outside and not just keep it on the inside where it builds up. So I'm grateful for having the opportunity to do that. And I apologize if it sometimes comes across a little whiny. It's not my intention, but I really do love this job. And although there are some hard parts of it that cause me immense frustration, I'm going to keep doing it because overall it's worth it. I do enjoy it. So thanks for watching these videos. Thanks for being supportive in the comments. I am aware that occasionally I get a little negative, and I do try and keep it positive, but sometimes it just gets to me. And unfortunately, the fact of the matter is the videos that I complain the most loudly are the ones that do the best. That's on y'all. That's not on me. That's on y'all. But that's just the way it is. It is what it is, as we say in trucking. So time to get back on the road. I got to get fueled up. My 30's over, but we're making good progress. Let's roll. Oh, there's something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Alrighty, well, we are here and we are parked. Another successful day of driving. No incidents, that's the way I like them. I'm gonna go inside, get a shower, and then come out and edit videos. I don't know if there's anything around. I've never bothered to look to see if there's any restaurants or anything right around this, within walking distance of this truck stop. But if there is, I might walk over and get a meal and maybe a beer or something. I don't know. I've kind of been wanting a beer or a margarita. I got tempted. There was a Mexican place across the street last night, but I opted against it. But maybe I will tonight. Who knows? Anyways, I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. So it's almost 6 o'clock. It's about time to get rolling. We are on our last 30 miles of our journey to Jacksonville, Florida. I have already gone to the store, got supplies. I'm about to start my pre-trip, and then we are going to get out of here. Like I said, it's just before 6 o'clock. That gives us time to pre-trip, and it's about a half an hour drive to our delivery. Our appointment's at 7 a.m., so we will be there in plenty of time. Had a good night's sleep. Got plenty of rest, got a video out, got everything commented. I'm almost entirely caught up. Not with videos, obviously. I still got quite a few. I'm about a week behind. But I am caught up on a lot of other stuff. And so I'm feeling pretty good today. We're going to get this load done and figure out what's next. If I had to guess, we'll probably go up through Atlanta, maybe get a home time. We'll see. I'm just about due for a 34, so it would be good to get that 34 at home again, like we did last week. So yeah, let's get rolling. GoPro, stop recording. Well, we are here. I did not record coming in here because there's really not much to record. It's just kind of an empty shipping area. It's still early. It's only 6:45, and there's nobody else here except for the guy that's unloading us. So we are docked, and he's going to start unloading us real shortly here. So we're good to go. We're on time. Another successful load. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So if you enjoyed it, please make sure to like it, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Every little bit counts. See you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.